Hi, I'm Kevin Casey, General Manager of Essential Learning Products, and I'm here today to talk to you about Sensational Math, our new branded math line for retail, catalog, and web resellers. And hopefully you got this new 2016 trade catalog, which features the Sensational Math line in it. If you didn't, be sure to go to essentialdealer.com, where we can give you the whole story. In fact, you can always get all your images, see every dealer current promotion there, and so forth. But let's get into Sensational Math, because we're having an incredible reception to this line here at ECRM. One part of the Sensational Math line is made of activity card products. In today's math teaching techniques, which is really prevalent in every core math program out there, the departure from teaching math fact families and a memorization approach to mathematics is left to more of a conceptual approach to mathematics, so that children understand why 2 plus 2 equals 4, and all the formative techniques before that of understanding how to make 10 and so forth, which leads to a real understanding of how operations work and place value, and then children can do these things conceptually in their head and understand it and figure it out for themselves, as opposed to relying on memorized facts and then really not understanding how mathematics works. So let me take you through a couple of these activity card packages, and I hope you notice that they're attractively packaged for retail. Part of our packaging concept here is many of the products in teacher stores are oversaturated with just high impact color and so forth, and this nice crisp white background here with all of the key points of the product, photos of children using the products or teachers using the products, red accents to catch the eye, all the information you need on the back, as well as a note that every one of these products has extensive teaching guides online for teachers at sensationalmath.com, which you can also use for your store personnel or salespeople to really understand how to present and sell these products. So it has both purposes. It's also going to be a site where we will have a where to buy section for online, retail, brick and mortar, and catalog. So once you're signed up on Sensational Math, we're going to send people to you, because that site's going to have a lot of end user activity for many reasons, one of which is to come get these activity guides. Essential Number Cards is a collection of 110 cards in this package that has every variety of number card you can think of: numerals, number words, 10 frames, subitizing cards, as well as math operation symbols. When you go to our teaching guide, you'll see we presented a whole lot of ways that teachers can use these to create memory match games, number lines, all sorts of classroom activities, and it's actually endless. We could have probably spent another year putting all of the different things you can do with these cards. $6.99 retail. This is going to really fly out of stores. You know, the next step in the activity cards line would be subitizing. If you don't know what subitizing is, because some people don't, it's the essential skill of knowing how many without counting. So these cards start with dot patterns, many in uniform formation, just like you would see on dice, where they're in rows or patterns, which are very easy to remember and count, and then it goes to more random patterns as we go on. Self-checking for individualized use with the number word and numeral on the back, and large enough for group activity or individualized activity. 10 frames would be the next step in learning how to make 10, and 10 frame activities, as you well know, are extremely popular in all math programs, and there's a variety of products out there for 10 frames. But these activity cards, which again can be used for groups or individualized use, will show 10 frame dot patterns at first in a grid pattern, so it's very easy to visualize the number that's there, and then we remove the grid. And then sometimes we add a gray and a black dots in there, so that we have unlike objects that we have to count to make 10, because not all things that we're going to count are going to be the same objects. And so this set of cards here, $8.99 retail. We also have a mark-on wipe-off set of 10 frame cards at $7.99 retail, which can be used with manipulatives or dry erase markers. Our place value discs, which you will hear about shortly, are a common manipulative that are used with these 10 frame cards for understanding place values. So these have many, many uses in the classroom and are very indispensable and packaged perfectly for teacher stores. The next step would be understanding part-whole relationships. And this is the beginning to understanding operations and how numbers work together and how their relationships are. In the part-whole relationship, we would have the whole, which is always made up of two parts. In the case on this package, which you may not be able to see on your TV screen, we have the whole is a 9, and we show a 3 here. And so the missing part would, of course, be a 6. But we also show the value relationships and the size of those compartments that those numbers are in, so that students really not only start to understand the part-whole concept, but they understand the value of those numbers. These are 80 cards in this set, printed 2 sides. The reverse side has the complete number relationship, and the front side is almost like a flashcard for making 10. $10.99 retail. And then we move on to number bonds, in which we're getting into that part-whole relationship again as a number bond, but now we're really using every combination for addition and subtraction, as well as multiplication and division. As we all know, subtraction is the inverse relationship of addition. And in old math teaching techniques, we would teach addition and then we would teach subtraction, when really they are the same operation, only reverse operations of one another. And understanding that relationship through the number bond process makes understanding operations almost effortless and also conceptual in nature, just as multiplication and division are inverse relationships from one another. So these cards will show every different variation of wholes and parts and missing parts and so forth, with the answer on the reverse side, so that they can be self-checking or for instant reinforcement when using with groups. And then, I haven't seen this anywhere out there. This is the mark-on wipe-off number bond card, and we all know that formative assessment is a really important thing in today's classrooms, where we're teachers reading what's going on in the classroom immediately, where the children are holding up an answer so they can really visually see instantly in the classroom who's getting it and who's not getting it. And so we've created a mark-on wipe-off number bond set of cards of 30 cards for $6.99 that will complete that number bonds part-whole package in the activity card area. Next, I'd like to show you the real flagships of the Sensational Math line, which would be our place value products, beginning with the place value discs. There's 10 different disc colors in these place value discs here. Each color represents a place value, such as 1, 10, 100, 1,000, up to 1,000,000, and also down to 3 decimal places to thousands. The really key thing that you want to know about place value discs and our place value discs is that the color coding system is the protectable aspect of our place value line of products, and has been integrated into the materials lists of every core math program in the United States. Programs like Eureka Math, if you go to their materials lists, you will see in grades 2 through 5 our whole number place value discs are required for every classroom, and usually they're requiring 12 sets of these for every classroom. And that's why we've also created bundles of these products for our catalog and web resellers that just happen to be in sets of 12 for each classroom. Also, the decimal to whole set right here is on the materials list for every 4th, 5th, and 6th grade classroom in the country that is using Eureka Math. You'll also see this with Engage New York. And if you go on to every other just about core math program out there, you will find that these place value discs are the recommended materials to supplement their key programs. So there's some built-in demand for this line right here, but we've now created this line to where it will retail, and the price points for a set of 100 discs is $7.99 retail on up to $14.99 retail for 275 discs of all 10, that's 25 each of all 10 values. And so the price points are great for retail or catalog, and then when you look at the bundles from the district level demand for this, this is the kind of product line. Well, we've sold probably about 20 million place value discs in the last 12 months, so that ought to give you an idea of the built-in demand that's out there. But we've now put the Sensational Math line together to where all of our dealers can take advantage of the demand for these place value products by putting them in appropriate retail packages at appropriate price points that even teachers' pocketbooks can take advantage of. And the next part of our place value series of products in Sensational Math teaching aids line involves our place value cards, which use the same color coding system that I just talked about with our place value discs, except now we have flat cards and we have 10 cards at each value. And so the same color coding system, so if I was going to make a number like 4,932, really that's a 4,000, that is a 900, uh-oh, can't do it quite right to where I get it in the right place value, there's a 30, and a 2 is really how that number is comprised. And then when I explode those back together, I can visually see the place values and how that goes to construct numbers, and I start really getting the idea. And I can go all the way to millions, or I can add decimal places to this, and conceptually it's very easy to understand at that point. From that stage, I can go on and do regrouping of addition and subtraction horizontally on a tabletop and really see how operations work from a place value standpoint a little differently than you would with the place value discs, where you're doing regrouping into place value channels. Here they all slide together, and then we can break them out and explode them and really understand visually how operations work. Our 4 value sets of place value cards. We have 2. One is 4 whole numbers, 1 to 1,000, and then we also have a decimal from thousandths to a whole number of 1. These retail for $5.99 per package. It's an incredible value with a whole lot of content and a whole lot of use. And again, these 2 sets right here spec right into the core programs of what's required at each of these levels in the same reason that the place value discs do. But we also go up to the full 10 value sets and so forth, which are all, you know, in the very, very inexpensive range of $14.95 and $9.95, you know, for a whole lot of content. And so retailers will find these very retailable, and catalogers will sell them in our bulk packages of 12, which is usually what each class is required. And they're inexpensive enough to where really each student could have a set. But they can also be used in centers, and you can have 1 per classroom, or you can have 1 for every student per classroom, because they're priced to fit that need. And the final product in our place value series of Sensational Math teaching aids is one that we're really excited about. The place value disc category is so popular and so integrated into math programs, yet there really hasn't been a way for a teacher to demonstrate that concept in the whole class situation until now, because we have created jumbo magnetic place value discs. Each set comes with a built-in plastic storage tray so that we can keep them organized and ready for use at the magnetic whiteboard. I can simply draw with a dry erase marker on that whiteboard and have my place value channels or my 10 frames. Something that I'm really proud of and excited about is the quality of these products. It's the same foam that's used in our place value discs and the same color coding system, but this magnetic surface on the back, you'd almost swear it has a little baby oil or something on it because it is so smooth and slick, which is the key to why these are the best products to use on a magnetic whiteboard, because not only do they adhere well to the whiteboard, but when you're showing regrouping and so forth, you want to be able to slide them around on the board with your fingertips, and these things just slide across the board without falling off. So they're really designed for this specific use. And like I said, the quality of these products is so high, as well as the storage and organizational aspects of it. We have 3 sets. One is our 80 jumbo magnetic place value disc demonstration disc set, which would have a retail value or suggested retail price of $24.95. For 80 jumbo magnets like that is a great value. Again, you'll notice in our packaging concept, instead of students using the products, this is a teacher related product, so we have a teacher using them at a whiteboard right on the package, and students are just in awe as they watch their teacher do all these place value activities. We have a 140 disc set that goes from thousandths place up to thousandths place using the same color coding system. This is a $39.95 retail value, and that's 140 jumbo magnetic discs in each set. And then this one I was showing you here is the 200 jumbo magnetic disc set, which has 10 values from thousandths all the way up to millions. So there isn't anything you can't do with this set. $59 retail price point. A super catalog item, but I also think a great retail item with this packaging right here. So again, Sensational Math is built into all of the core math programs out there, so there's demand. It's packaged so that the Sensational Math brand pulls all of this stuff together at price points that a retailer can use, a web seller can use, and bundles that catalogers can really get a nice big purchase order out of districts with. So we invite you to come to essentialdealer.com and see all about our Sensational Math line, and go to sensationalmath.com and you'll find all of the activity guides for these products so you'll understand how they work, far more than I could tell you in this brief 10-minute presentation. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the shows.